Reliance Industries banked on its petrochemicals business to see it through in the first quarter. The refining telecom giant beat street estimates with its last capex spend starting to pay dividends. Samit Sarkar is here to take us through what stood out from Reliance June quarter numbers. Samit, if pre numbers it was all about Jio, and arguably Jio did well, but Petchem raised its hands to say that, hey, I'm right here.
Yeah, actually it did. Now, but I'll start off with the gross refining margins of Reliance Industries. Now, if you see in this quarter, Reliance Industries gross refining margins stood at $10.5 per barrel. Now, this is lower compared to the last quarter, but that is because the Asian benchmark, that is the Singapore gross refining margin, that averaged lower at around $6 per barrel versus $7 per barrel in the last quarter. And that was because of the higher exports that we had seen from China of the refined products. Now, despite this weaker GRMs, of the global weaker GRMs, Reliance Industries GRMs premium to the Singapore gross refining margin. Now that expanded to $4.5 per barrel on the back of the ethane imports, ramping of the new plants, and because of the robust crude sourcing that we have seen from Reliance Industries in the past quarters. Also, this is the 14th consecutive quarter where the company has maintained a double-digit gross refining margin. So this was the first thing that stood out in the earnings. Second was the Petchem business, as you just said. Revenue from the Petchem business increased around 6%, while the EBIT jumped 22% on the back of higher spreads and stronger volumes. EBIT margins expanded by 260 basis points on the back of the ethane imports and because of using of the petcoke and because of the using of the gases from the own petcoke gasification plant. And if you see this chart clearly shows you how the Petchem business has been important for Reliance Industries and how it has been gaining more traction. Now, in the first quarter of financial year 2019, the Petchem business contributed nearly half of the consolidated EBIT of Reliance Industries, and this has been rising for the Reliance Industries. In the last year, it contributed nearly 35%, and in this quarter, it has increased to 50%. So this shows how the Petchem business of Reliance Industries has been growing. Last, it is the retail business. Now, if you see, though retail business contributes only 6-7% of the consolidated EBIT of Reliance Industries, but the growth rate of this business has been stellar. Now, retail segment's EBIT has seen a triple-digit growth rate for the fourth consecutive quarter. In Q2 FY18 compared to last year, it grew 106%, followed by a growth of 111%. In Q4, that is last year, it grew 291%, and in this quarter compared to last year, the retail segment's EBIT has grown 266%, and this is because of the store expansion plans of the company. So these are the three things that stood out on the other businesses of Reliance Industries.
Interesting. And if you just look at it, retail has stiff competition. The next piece that we talk about is stiff competition. Petchem, in a manner of speaking, is that strong suit, 50% to EBIT. That's quite something. Having said that, Samit, before the consolidated numbers or the standalone numbers came out, we first got a glimpse of what Jio numbers were like. And what did you make of it? I was surprised with the ARPU numbers.
So, for Reliance Jio in the first quarter, the ARPU was close to 135 rupees. Now, if you see, it has fallen for the third consecutive quarter, but it is still way above the analyst estimates. Now, analysts were estimating this number to be around 125 to 127 rupees, but the reported ARPU came in at 135 rupees. Now, three reasons why the ARPU beating the analyst estimates. Now, first is as against the analyst estimates, most number of, that is 88 to 90% of Jio phone users, according to the company, is on the 153 plan. Now this is one of the reasons why the ARPU was higher for the company, because people were expecting most number of users to be on the 49 rupees plan, but 88 to 90% are on 153 rupees plan. Second, 3 to 4% of the total subscriber base of Reliance Jio is on the higher ARPU plan, that is the 779 rupees plan, and this is what is also pulling the ARPU northwards for the company. And lastly, it was the more video consumption, and because of which there was higher add-on recharges that was seen. Now the video consumption increased because of the IPL and the Football World Cup, because of which there were more more add-on recharges, and because of which the ARPU of the company was higher at 135 rupees. Now, other key takeaways from the Reliance Jio earnings was, firstly, the postpaid plan, which was given a push in this quarter, has got nearly 4 million subscribers. That is nearly 2% of the total subscriber base of Reliance Jio. Capital expenditure for Reliance Jio in the first quarter was 17,000 crore rupees. Now this is double of what Bharti Airtel spent in the first quarter. Now the total debt of Reliance Jio in the first quarter was, at the end of the first quarter, was close to 1,48,000 crore rupees. Now this is 61% of the Reliance Industries consolidated debt. So you can see how Reliance Jio has been more important now for Reliance Industries. Now the churn ratio on the performance side, if you see, the churn rate was the lowest in the industry at 0.3%, while the data usage per customer per month has increased to 10.6 GB for Reliance Industries, for Reliance Jio now.
Well, very interesting. I was at a phone store this weekend, Sumit, and there were a bunch of people who were coming in for portability and taking the phones of LGO. So the demand seems to be real. However, having put all of this into perspective, what have brokerages made of this note? What are they saying? Will Reliance react positively today? Are dealers saying that? And two, has any of the major brokerage upped their target prices post these numbers?
So most of the brokerages have maintained their stance on Reliance Industries. Some of them have increased their target price. Like I saw for Edelweiss has increased the target price of by around 100 to 150 rupees. JP Morgan by only 50 rupees. So it has been a mixed view on that. But most of them have maintained their stance and some of them have increased the target price on the back of the robust petchem business, the steady ARPUs that the Jio business has been seeing, surge of the retail business, and on the possibility that the company might generate free cash flow in financial year 2019. So on the back of these reasons, most of the brokerages have maintained their stance and have increased or somewhat kept their target price at the same level.